For more than 2 decades, a bright, man-made star has been circling our planet. This is the International Space Station, or ISS. It represents one of the most incredible things humanity has ever built together. Imagine a giant laboratory and home, the size of a football field, floating 400 kilometers above our heads. It was launched piece by piece, starting in 1998, with modules from different countries being connected like giant Lego bricks in orbit. Its main purpose was to be a place for science, a unique laboratory where we could study what happens to people, plants, and materials when there is almost no gravity. This research helps us prepare for longer journeys, perhaps to Mars one day. The ISS was never the work of just one country. It was a shining example of global partnership. 5 major space agencies came together to make it happen. Media Group, logos or patches of NASA, Roscosmos, ESA, JAXA, and CSA together. Representatives from different space agencies at ISS launch Event-a-Stock, a distribute equally. NASA from the United States, Roscosmos from Russia, the European Space Agency, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency. Astronauts from these agencies, and many other nations, have lived and worked there. In total, over 270 people from more than 20 different countries have called the ISS their temporary home. This station proved that nations that were once rivals on Earth could work hand in hand to achieve a common goal in the vastness of space. Living on the ISS is a completely different experience from life on Earth. Every day is a carefully planned schedule of experiments, station maintenance, and exercise. Because there is no gravity pulling you down, your muscles and bones can get weak. So astronauts have to exercise for about 2 hours every day just to stay healthy. Eating is different, sleeping is different. You have to strap yourself into a sleeping bag so you don't float away. You see the world from a perspective few have ever known, watching 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every single day as you speed around the globe at 17,500 miles per hour. It's a challenging but deeply rewarding existence. The science we have done on the ISS has changed our lives on Earth in countless ways. We have learned how to grow food in space, which could help us find new ways to grow crops in harsh environments on our own planet. We have developed new medicines and gained a better understanding of human diseases. We've created stronger and lighter materials that are now used in everything from golf clubs to medical devices. The ISS has been more than just a home in space. It has been a workshop for innovation, a classroom for a new generation of scientists and engineers, and a beacon of hope showing what we can accomplish when we look past our differences. Every great mission has an end, and the journey of the International Space Station is no different. After more than 30 years of continuous operation, far longer than its original 15-year plan, our orbiting home is getting old. The constant exposure to the harsh environment of space, with its extreme temperatures and tiny meteorite impacts, takes a toll. Maintaining the station is becoming more and more expensive, and the technology on board, while upgraded over the years, is from a different era. The time is coming to pass the torch to a new generation of space habitats, allowing us to focus our resources on the next giant leap in exploration. So, what happens to a space station when it retires? You can't just leave it floating up there. By the year 2030, a careful plan will be put into motion. The ISS will be guided to perform a final, controlled descent into Earth's atmosphere. Most of the station will burn up from the incredible heat created by air friction, looking like a spectacular man-made meteor shower. The remaining, more solid pieces will be directed to fall into a remote and uninhabited area of the Pacific Ocean known as the spacecraft cemetery. It will be a sad but necessary end for this magnificent machine, ensuring it concludes its mission safely without posing a risk to anyone on the ground. The retirement of the ISS marks the end of an era, but it is not the end of humans living in low Earth orbit. Instead, it signals a major shift in how we approach living and working in space. For decades, space exploration was led almost exclusively by governments. Now, we are moving towards a model where private companies will build and operate their own space stations. NASA and other government agencies will become customers, renting space on these commercial outposts for their astronauts and experiments. This change is designed to spark innovation, drive down costs, and open up space for more people and more purposes than ever before. This transition is already well underway. Even as we celebrate the final years of the ISS, we are busy conducting research that will be crucial for the next chapter. We are testing new life support systems, studying the long-term effects of space on the human body, and perfecting the technologies that will be needed for the space stations of tomorrow. The ISS is serving as the ultimate testbed, providing the essential knowledge and experience that will allow commercial companies to build on its incredible legacy. Its final mission is to prepare the way for its successors, ensuring a continuous human presence in the cosmos. As the ISS prepares for its final bow, a new and exciting concept is taking shape: the Space City. These aren't just slightly newer versions of the ISS. They are envisioned as bustling hubs in low Earth orbit with many different functions. While science and research will still be important, these new stations will also be designed for manufacturing, business, and even tourism. Imagine a place where a company could develop new materials in microgravity, or where a filmmaker could shoot a movie with the ultimate special effect: real space. This is the future that companies and countries are actively building right now, a future where space is a place of commerce and opportunity. Several key players are racing to build these orbital destinations. In the United States, NASA is encouraging this new market through its commercial LEO destination program. Companies like VAST are developing stations such as Haven 1, which aims to be the world's first commercial space station, a privately owned and operated outpost. But the United States is not alone. China has already launched and is operating its own modern space station, Tiangong, which means Heavenly Palace. China has made it clear that Tiangong is open to international collaboration, positioning it as a major global platform for science in the coming decade. The ambition doesn't stop there. Other nations are also looking to establish their own foothold in low Earth orbit. India, for example, has announced bold plans to launch its own space station, the Bharatiya Antariksha Station, with the first module potentially launching as early as 2028. This shows a growing global trend. Having a presence in space is becoming a symbol of a nation's technological strength and future-facing vision. These national and commercial efforts are creating a diverse and dynamic new ecosystem in space, one that is very different from the single, government-led partnership of the ISS era. These future space cities will be designed for long-term living in a way the ISS never was. They will be more than just labs. They will be habitats. Engineers are working on creating more sustainable ecosystems, including advanced systems for recycling water and air, and even microgravity agriculture, gardens for growing fresh food in space. This would not only improve the quality of life for long-duration astronauts, but also reduce the need for expensive resupply missions from Earth. The goal is to make these stations more self-sufficient, paving the way for permanent human settlements beyond our home planet. The shift from a single unified ISS to a collection of different commercial and national space stations raises important questions about the future of international cooperation. The ISS was a powerful symbol of peace, a place where astronauts from different cultures and political systems worked together as one crew. As we move into this new commercial era, we must ask ourselves how we can preserve that spirit. Will companies and countries compete, or will they collaborate? The new rules of the road for operating in low Earth orbit are being written right now, and they will shape our future in space for generations to come. The hope is that cooperation will continue, but in new and different forms. Instead of one big partnership, we might see many smaller ones. For example, a European astronaut might conduct an experiment on a Chinese station, or a private company might lease space on its station to NASA and the Indian Space Agency at the same time. The model is changing from a single club to an open marketplace. This could make space more accessible to more countries and organizations, allowing nations that couldn't afford a full partnership in the ISS to participate in the space economy. The ultimate goal is to create a thriving human presence in space that benefits everyone on Earth. The work done on these new space cities will continue to push the boundaries of science and technology. We will develop new medicines, create revolutionary materials, and gain a deeper understanding of our universe and our place within it. And yes, space tourism will likely become a reality for more people, offering the life-changing experience of seeing our beautiful, fragile planet from above. This transforms space from a place exclusive to government astronauts into a new frontier for human enterprise. As we look to the future, the legacy of the ISS gives us a blueprint for success. It taught us that even in the most challenging environment imaginable, people from all over the world can come together to achieve the impossible. As we build our new homes among the stars, we must carry that lesson with us. The sky is not a barrier, it is a bridge. By continuing to work together, we can ensure that our journey into space remains a peaceful and shared adventure for all of humanity, turning the final frontier into our next great neighborhood.